I'm sure you're familiar with Martin Luther King Jr.'s civil rights speech, "I Have a Dream." I'd like to present a speech of my own. Give me a second to clear my throat and track down a Pampers box to stand on. It goes like this: I had a dream. The end. Emphasis on the word had. What happened to my dream? Life. Maybe you can relate. I could transcribe a mile-long list, and I'm sure you could too. First, I got married. Dream diverted. Then I had kids. Dream on hold. Then my daughter was diagnosed with severe autism. Dream obliterated. Our stories may differ, but I bet you crammed your God dreams in a hall closet too. You know the one I'm talking about. The catch-all closet filled with old yearbooks and the box of DVDs you can't throw away, even though you don't own a DVD player anymore. We can neglect our callings for a season, but every time Jesus cracks open the door, they come spilling out. So what do? We become experts at distracting ourselves, with trips to the clearance aisles of Target, binge-watching all 6 seasons of This Is Us, and sipping fancy caramel lattes with skim milk and extra whipped cream. At some point, we settle in our mind that we're completely content as a wife and a mom. I like to lie to myself, too. Yet every once in a while, amid McDonald's Happy Meals and reruns of Paw Patrol, I sense a glimmer of hope. A Bible verse awakens my spirit. A memory flashes in my mind, or an ache in my heart cries, I was made for more. Now, you may argue that my duty as a wife and a mom is my calling. Guess what? You win. My highest calling is my family. My role as a mother and a wife is a vocation I don't take lightly, and it's a privilege not all women experience. Yet when I study women in the New Testament, many were mothers, most were wives, but all were disciples. The same commission Jesus gave to the 12, he proclaimed to the crowds of women following him. Go and make disciples of all the nations. Matthew 28:19. The Great Commission keeps me up at night. But how do we make disciples if the circumstances of our lives are holding us hostage? How do we shine the light of Christ if we struggle to leave the 4 walls of our house? How in a season jam-packed with limits do we go into all the world, when most days we can't find time to go to the bathroom? I transitioned from working full-time to part-time to no time due to the severe behaviors of my daughter on the spectrum. For 8 years, I was unable to go to church, stores, restaurants, or even make it through a drive-thru because of my daughter's aggressive meltdowns. I understand limits. Yet when I complain to God, he reminds me of the Apostle Paul. Paul wrote much of the New Testament while in prison. I'm not comparing my home to a jail cell. It's more like house arrest. It's as if someone strapped a tracker to my ankle, and when I venture 50 feet from my yard, it screams, "Mom,